All right, everyone, it's been a while. Well, it's been a while for me, probably not for you, but for me, it's been a minute. Today, we're making Doro. It is Ethiopia's national dish, and it has a comical amount of spices in it. So let me just go through really quick. So we have some chicken. You can use a whole chicken. I'm gonna use drumsticks. We need some eggs. You gotta hard boil these. Garlic, onions, a lot of red onions, tons of red onions. This is not correct, but this is what I'm using. There's technically a type of, oh God, what was it? It was some with a K. Specific type of clarified butter that they have there that I cannot get. I looked around, went to the African market. We have one African market. They didn't have it. So I'm just rolling with normal butter. I saw some people use normal butter. I saw some people use olive oil instead. I might dump some olive oil, not olive oil, like vegetable oil instead. I might dump some vegetable oil in there too. I'm not really sure. Then we need Burberry, which I'm gonna have to make myself because, you know, I'm extra like that. So for that, we need allspice, turmeric, black pepper, nutmeg, garlic powder, fenugreek, cloves, cardamom, cayenne pepper, paprika, ginger, cinnamon, coriander, onion powder, and cumin. Let's get to it. First step is to put this chicken back in the fridge because we care about food safety. Oh God, it's slimy. Oh no, food safety. All right, so now that you've cleaned your cutting board, red onions, you need a ton of them. Like comical, like this dish is mostly red onion. Let's get cutting. You don't actually need to cut all the onions. You can mince them all down, but most people that I saw put them in a food processor. I'm gonna toss them in this Ninja, the Ninja, I don't know, I think it's technically a food processor blender. I don't know exactly what this thing is, but either way, it's gonna take my full onions and make them into smaller onions, and that's, you know, what we really need to do here. Fun fact, this won't work. Okay, people, I've never had such a visceral reaction in my entire life to what just happened to me. Onion juice is what makes you cry, right? When you get onion juice in your eyes from chopping onions, fine onion juice. Throw some onions in a freaking blender, open the lid, and just tear gassed myself. I started crying profusely. I was gagging. I thought that was it. I thought I was done for. This is the texture that you're looking for. Just get a bunch of onion to this level of mush, and then just keep your eyes away from it, and then just keep going. You need 5 of these, so. Oh my God, it still burns. It still burns. Just buy it. Just buy this dish. Why bother making it? There's probably someone who sells it near you, right? Maybe? You got any African restaurants near you? I sure as hell do. I could have faked this whole thing. Could have been like, look, I made it. Nope. Over here, actually making the gosh darn dish. How's my audio sound, by the way? I don't know if we talked about this yet, because I just got tear gassed. I forgot everything that I've ever done. But this is a new microphone that I got as a Christmas gift. It's currently strapped to the side of my head. Don't know you guys' opinion on it yet. I should have put on safety goggles before I started this process. I've never even been affected by onions like this. Normally I'm like, you guys are always crying about onions hurting your eyes. Jesus. I'm sorry I ever made fun of you people for that. I'm just keeping my eyes closed from here on. I'm going to acknowledge the fact that I'm using a very sharp blade too, but I'm just keeping my eyes closed. It's fine. Fine. If I cut myself, I'll leave it in. You'll get to see me bleed like a crazy person. Watch me clean a knife with my eyes closed. I guess you have to take my word for it. You can't see my face, but maybe you can believe me due to struggle. Okay, all right. The knife just slipped. I gotta open up my eyes for this part. See, this is the real bad part. It's right here when you open up the lid and the onion juice mist just sprays into the air, slowly murdering your soul from the inside. Open my eyes, take a peek here. Oh, actually, one more onion, I'll probably be done. I don't think I need all 5. Probably keep this bad boy, make some pickled red onion. See previous video. Oh, God dang it. If you have one of these things, by the way, hand chopped things, this exact brand, the answer to the riddle of how many times you have to pull the string is 20, if you guys haven't been counting. Oh, somehow got through my closed eyes. Oh no. Oh God, why? All right, now that you're done torturing yourself, grab your pressure cooker with all those onions in there. You're gonna go ahead and throw in some vegetable oil. I'm not even kidding, most recipes put like a cup in there. I'm gonna do probably like however much that was, maybe a 1/4 cup. Take your pressure cooker, slam the lid on it. Set it to low for like 30-ish minutes. Now clean up this onion-based war zone you got here. All right, so now let's make the Burberry, the spice blend that you need. I'm making a lot of it because I'm gonna store it. Yes, I have notes because this is a lot. I cannot just memorize this one. We need 4 tablespoons of sweet paprika, not smoked paprika, just normal paprika. Basically all my paprika. 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons of ginger powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of coriander, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of cardamom, 1 teaspoon of fenugreek, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of clove, half a teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of turmeric, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. Give it a mix. In my case, I'm just gonna shake it up. And boom, there we have it, Burberry spice. Also, while we wait, I might as well chop up this garlic. Okay, I need to take this head mount off for a little while the onions cook down. I'll see you guys in a little bit. This is going for 30 minutes. I don't know if I said that. Onions, 30 minutes. Pressure cook. Okay, it's about 30 minutes and our onions are nicely browned. I would like some more moisture in here, but you know what? We don't always get what we want. It is what it is. So, add in the garlic, the butter. We're doing a whole stick today. Mix that around. You probably should have chopped that butter up into pieces instead of just throwing the whole stick in like that. That wasn't the best of my ideas, but now there was no measurements for how much of the spice blend you're supposed to add in, but I guess I can make one for you by just doing the eyeballing that they tend to do in the videos. So, what was that? That's like 2. Let's go for 3 tablespoons. I think it's about 4 tablespoons worth. That feels about right. Give it a mix and see. I'm actually gonna do a 5th tablespoon. Yeah, that looks correct now. This needs some more moisture. I'm gonna add in about 3/4 of a cup of water, and it needs salt in there too. Give that a mix, and we're gonna let this go for about 10 more minutes, and then it should be time to add the chicken. Now it's time for the next step. Get all your chicken out. We're just gonna score it. Few slices in each piece. This is just to help the spices get into it. Please be careful while you do this. Don't cut yourself. You might think I'm doing dramatic slashes throughout that seem to have no rhyme or reason, and that's completely true. That's exactly what I'm doing. But you don't cut yourself, right? Like, I've spent plenty of time screwing around with a knife in the kitchen, so I am more used to just doing sporadic slashes across things. You, however, might end up cutting yourself, and we don't need that, right? Like, this is dinner, not an emergency room trip. Take your time. Be careful. Alright, let's check on the onion mixture. Look at that. I probably should cut that garlic a little bit finer, but we're past that now. Give it a little taste here. It's good, but it definitely needs more salt. And honestly, more of the spice blend too. Okay, so this was in some people's, but not other people's recipes. Tomato paste. Some had tomatoes in it, some didn't put this in at all. But I'm gonna put in about 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons actually. It's like half a can. Add in some rich flavor. And since this is supposed to have some spice in it, but I guess my cayenne wasn't very spicy, I'm just gonna add in a couple drops of ghost pepper. Just to like increase the heat a bit. Not part of the recipe, but like, I don't know, mine just didn't come out with the amount of heat that I would have wanted in there. Give it another try. Oh yeah, there's a lot better. And there's some semblance of heat in there now. Get your chicken drumsticks in here. Give it a mix, make sure they're all covered. This is probably actually too much chicken, but what am I gonna do with the extra chicken, you know? Let's all be honest with ourselves. When you make a dish and you've got extra chicken left over, what do you do with it? Nothing. It goes bad. Goes to waste. Pulling all, but actually it's all covered. It's all covered, it's all fine. Put your lid back on it and you know, let this go for like 25, 30 minutes in the pressure cooker. And now we're also gonna do the next very important step, which is boil a couple eggs. You want more than 4 eggs in this whole thing, but like I'm not eating all this today obviously, and like microwaving the eggs to reheat them later seems stupid. So I'm just gonna make like 4 of them now, and then I'll make more later if I want more. Okay, so now you're gonna take your eggs, your hard-boiled eggs, and you're gonna score these 2, right? Hit them with little X's, a couple of them. We're gonna take them, we're gonna get them in this. We're gonna get them in here as well. This is pretty much done now. See the nice layer of oil on the top. I feel like my onions fell apart more than I would have liked. So this is more liquidy than I would have wanted. But you know, yeah, that's just how it is. Can't do anything about it now. We are already done cooking. Just get your eggs in there. Throw the lid on it. Let it go for like 5 minutes. Probably won't even pressure seal. But let it go for 5 minutes, come back, and we're done. Gotta plate it up. Okay, and now we are done. If you're questioning why it isn't boiling, is because this is totally framed. It's already over there plated. I took the photos, but we're done. Look at it. Look at it over here. Wow. Is it significantly more liquidy than I would have preferred? Yes. The onions broke down a little bit too much. That's a chunk of egg there. And the chicken was a little bit juicier than I thought it would be, but that's fine. That's cooking, man. We got enough of it to make a nice shot over there, you know? It's gonna be a great thumbnail. It's gonna be a good dinner. I'll eat all this later, over the next couple days. To make the injera bread, simply go to your front door and pick it up off the ground because you ordered on Uber Eats. It takes 3 days to make. You're not making that yourself. Support local business, man. Like, what do you really... Ooh, oh, it's like a very sour, it's just sour. It's like sour bread. I like it. Let's grab some of the meat here. Give it a try. That's good. It's great with the injera. Mop up some of the onions. So it is a heavily spiced, onion-forward dish. I do like the bit of heat that we got here. I'm gonna guess that's from me adding a little bit of ghost pepper because there was no heat before, but wow. No one spice comes through, really. Isn't like, oh, this tastes like cumin. Like, there's a very good sweet flavor from the onions that have broken down over time. That caramel flavor they get from that. Yeah, it's just very balanced. Nothing specific's coming through, which is so weird to me because we put so much stuff in there. But I guess that's the point, huh? Let's give a taste of one of these eggs. That's egg. That's a hard-boiled egg for you. Well, I think this is my first time cooking. Well, no, there's been some other African food, but this is the first time that I've cooked African food and been like, this tastes like it should be African food, you know? This is like something completely different that I've never tried before. Every other time, it's like, this feels like someone in Europe said that this was their national dish, and it really isn't their national dish. This is the first one where I'm like, okay, this feels different enough, but this is probably that country's actual food. Well, drop a like on it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.